Hello everyone, how are you today? So for today's topic, I would like to discuss with you about food and beverage. Before I start the discussions, I will drill you how to pronounce the topics for today. It's about food and beverage. So the first one is apples. This is bananas. The next one, bananas. Beside apples, pasta. How we pronounce it is pasta. Next is bread. The next is chocolate. The next is chips. On the second row, we started with broccoli. The next is peas, potatoes, carrots, onions, and ice cream. On the last row, we have tea, milk, coffee, wine, apple juice, and yogurt. When we talk about food, we talk about which food can be counted and which food cannot be counted. So if the food can be counted, it's called countable nouns. And when the food cannot be counted, we call it uncountable nouns. So countable nouns is the things, of course, that can be counted. Counted in bahasa is dihitung. They can be singular or they can be plural. And the uncountable nouns is the things that cannot be counted. In bahasa tidak bisa dihitung. They can only be singular, hanya bentuknya singular, tunggal. In countable nouns, we see the examples here. This is chocolate chips. This is tomatoes, strawberries, and eggs, a basket of eggs. And the uncountable nouns, the example is cheese, meat, honey, and juice. Sometimes uncountable nouns also define with things with perform in liquid, dalam bentuk cairan. Jadi kalau dalam bentuk cairan, sometimes in English we cannot count it. A or an, it called as an article, is used in front of a singular countable nouns. For example, a used with a consonant sound. For example, here, a book, a car, a burger, a cake. And an article of an, a and n, we call it an, start with a vowel sound. Example here, an egg, an orange, an apple, an umbrella. Please note that the sound of the letter is also important. For example, a house with an hour, or an uncle with a university. Next, we are going to talk about quantifiers. There are two types of quantifiers. The first is much. Much used with uncountable nouns, kata benda yang tidak bisa dihitung. In questions and negative, dalam bentuk kalimat questions atau bentuk negatif. For example, how much money have you got? and there isn't much milk left. And many used with countable nouns in questions and negative. For example here, how many people were at the party? And I didn't take many photos. So you can see here in the much example which one is the uncountable nouns. In the for example, money is including as an uncountable nouns, and milk in bahasa susu dalam bentuk cairan is also an uncountable nouns. And the next example of in many, the nouns that can be count, for example, people in bahasa is orang, we can count it. And photos in bahasa is foto, gambar foto, it's also included as countable nouns. Okay, how about some and any? Some used in positive sentence and questions that's showing request itu permintaan, or offers is penawaran. For example here, I would like some sugar, or can I have some cake? In any, used in questions and negative. The example here is, there any sugar in this tea? And the negative example is, I didn't buy any apples. The last type of quantifiers is a few. A few used with countable nouns, kata benda yang bisa dihitung. The example here, there are a few cigarettes left, but not many. Little, also quantifiers, usually used with uncountable nouns, kata benda yang tidak bisa dihitung. The example here, could I have a little milk? Milk cannot be counted because milk can't come in liquid, bentuknya dalam cairan. In my coffee. And the last is a lot or lots of, used with countable and uncountable nouns. The example here, there's a lot of butter. There are lots of friends. There isn't a lot of butter. Are there lots of friends? So butter cannot be counted. Friends can be counted. Cigarettes can be counted, and milk cannot be counted. And this is another example of quantifiers. For example, here I will help you the drilling to pronounce it. A piece of cake, a box of chocolate, a jar of jam is a lie, a carton of milk, a pin of caramel, a bowl of cereal, a bunch of grapes, a packet of potato chips, a dozen of eggs, a quart of yogurt, a spoon of sugar, a tube of toothpaste, a cup of milk tea, a glass of champagne, a bottle of beer, a can of Coke, and a bag of